Hello everyone, I am Anisha. So today in this video we are going to learn about urban administration. Okay, so this is the 7th chapter of your civics. Okay, class 6 civics, social and political life 1. So here, see, in our previous chapter what we have seen about the rural administration, isn't it? We have learned many things about the rural administration, and before that also we have learned about the gram panchayat, about the ward. So here in this chapter we are going to study about the urban administration. Okay, just like the rural administration, how it works we came to know. So here in this chapter we are going to see about our urban administration, that is mainly cities. So a city is much bigger than a village, isn't it, and more spread out. And a city is a crowded markets, many buses and cars, water, electricity facilities, traffic controls and hospitals. There are so many things, isn't it, which need to be managed very properly as compared to the village, because in rural areas it is not as big as a city, so it becomes complex in the city to how to manage everything. So in this chapter you are going to see about how decisions are made regarding municipal corporations, especially, okay, how it runs, how they are going to manage everything. So have you ever wondered who is responsible for running all this? Do you know how decisions are made? We don't know, isn't it? So here in this chapter we are going to see about it all, and how planning is done, and who are the people who do all the works. So we are going to read this chapter and we'll see some answers. So before reading this chapter, before going through this chapter, you can see a picture here, isn't it? Some children are playing cricket. So it starts with these games only, and these children's they are going to like break these street lamps, as you can see here in the diagram, also in the picture also. The ball will hit the street lamp and they are worried, and now they are worried whom to pay the money. So out of that curiosity they will go to one of their neighbor's house, okay, who was once employee of the municipal corporation. So through that they are going to get several answers about the urban administration, how it runs, and what are the things gets to be done and what needs to be done. Okay, so let us see how these how they have broken the street lamp. Okay, I hope all of you are also playing like that, isn't it, outside? So we might have also experienced such things. So same thing happens with those kids. So one lazy Sunday, it was Sunday afternoon, okay, Mala and her friends, so they were Sankar, Jahangir and Rihanna, were playing a game of cricket in the street. Sankar had bowled a good over, and although he nearly managed to get Rihanna out, she was still batting. Frustrated, he bowled a short ball and hoped she would hit it for an easy catch. Instead, Rihanna hit the ball so hard and so high that the street light broke. So Rihanna screamed, "Oh no, look what I have done." Sankar said, "Yes, we have forgot to make a rule that if you break the street light, you are automatically out." So here, Sankar was not worried about the street light, that this Rihanna have broke the street light. But Rihanna, she was worried more about the street light more than the wicket. Here, what was Sankar's focus? Sankar's focus was to make Rihanna out, isn't it, to take the wicket. So, but Rihanna was more worried about the street light. But Maya, Jahangir and Rihanna were more worried about what had happened, and they told Sankar he had better stop thinking about the wicket. So they were asking Sankar to better stop thinking about the wicket. We should worry about the street light which we have just broke. And last week also same incident happened, but it was Nirmala Moses' window. Okay, so they have broken Nirmala Moses' window and they had spent their pocket money to have it replaced. So would they have to dish out money again from their pocket? So now they are wondering, okay, we should be again paying out for this street light, but who they would pay to? But now this time they don't know to whom they have to pay the money, because last time what happened, it was Moses' window. So they know that, okay, they have to pay to Moses, isn't it, to replace the window. But this time to whom they are going to pay? To whom the street light belongs? It belongs to everyone, isn't it? So now they are confused. So whom did the light on the street belongs? So, and who changed them? So in order to get their answer, okay, they went to Rihanna's house, which was closer, okay, which was closer nearby. Rihanna's house was the closest, and they ran and told her mother what happened. And Rihanna's mother said, "I don't really know these things in great detail, but I know that this is the municipal corporation." So here we are going to see about the municipal corporation work, okay, administration of the city that takes care of replacing lights. So the best person to ask would be Yasmin Khala. So she have just retired from the municipal corporation go and asked her, and Rihanna came back home soon. So she asked, so this was Rihanna's mom, and all the children, they went to her and they were asking, what should we do now? So she told them that it is the work of the municipal corporation, but she don't know in much detail, and she have suggested one name, that is the Yasmin Khala. That this Khala means auntie, isn't it? So everyone now, she asked her to go to the Yasmin Khala and asked whatever the children wanted to ask, and to whom they should have paid the money, because see, they are not going to pay the money directly here. There are some rules and regulations, isn't it, which and there are some process that, and only that these street lights will be replaced. So, and again she was asking Rihanna to come back home very soon. So Yasmin Khala lived in the same land, and she and Rihanna's mothers were good friends. So the children entered Khala's house, and when she opened the door, they began to tell what happened all at once. So all of them were like very little frightened also, isn't it? Like now they were worried to whom we are going to pay. So all of them, when Khala opened the door, all of them were saying at once. And when they asked about the street light, Yasmin Khala laughed and said, there is no person that you can pay the money to. So now when they asked about the street light, to whom they are going to pay the money, as the children were worried, isn't it? So, and hearing this, Yasmin Khala was just, she laughed, because she knew that the children doesn't know about the organization, isn't it? So now she is going to explain everything to the children, okay? So with them, all of us will learn, okay, like how an administration works in urban cities, isn't it, in urban areas. So there is a big organization called the municipal corporation, okay, and takes care of the street lights. Not only street lights, they takes care of garbage collection, water supply, keeping the streets and the market clean. So all these works are being done by whom? By the municipal corporation, and it is a very big organization, okay. So in your street also, in your lane also, in your locality also, there are garbage collectors, isn't it? They might come in, so in some street they might just come, they might just come by walking, or in some street they might come in truck, isn't it? By like they have one music also, isn't it? Kachra wala gari, kachra uthao, something like that. So those works, these are all maintained by the municipal corporation. So here Yasmin Khala is explaining them, okay. I have heard about the municipal corporation. They have put up signs around the city to inform people about malaria, said Mala. So one of those girl, she told that, yes, I have heard about municipal corporation, and I have also seen signs around the city to inform people about malaria. See, it is the work of the municipal corporation to make aware people about the upcoming diseases especially during the monsoon season, isn't it? There are so many outbreak of disease. So there are so many viral fevers and so many other things that takes place especially during monsoon season, after the monsoon or during the monsoon season. So such signs Mala have shown. So she was telling, oh, yes, I know something about it, I have heard about them. And Khala asks, yes, you are quite right. The municipal corporation is also responsible for ensuring that disease do not break out in the city. It also runs schools, hospitals and dispensaries, and makes gardens and maintain, okay, so and maintain them. So Khala said that not only all keeping about the street, garbage collection, water supply, or making the market clean, or giving awareness about the disease, they also run school, apart from that hospitals and dispensaries, see, and they also makes gardens and also maintains them, said Yasmin Khala. And then she added, our city Pune. So here we are going to see about Pune city, okay, is a big city, and so here we call as a municipal corporation. In smaller town it is called as a municipal council. So what Khala have told, that as they are living in a Pune and it is a big city, so there they will be saying it as a municipal corporation, but in smaller towns this municipal corporation have different names. So example here, municipal council, or you might have heard your parents simply saying municipality, isn't it? So there are such names for smaller towns, but for bigger towns they call it as municipal corporation, because in bigger towns the tax will be bigger, isn't it, and there will be more committees. So that is why corporation, it will be a very big organization, so they have called as a municipal corporation. So now we are going to see about it, okay, the ward councillor and administrative staff. Our next topic, the ward councillor and administrative staff. So Yasmin Khala, I am curious, who decides where a park should go. So as they have known now, like there should be the parks are also been taken care by the municipal corporation. So now one of the girls, she as Rihanna, she was excited and she also asked, I'm curious, who decides what a park, where a park should go? And did you have to make interesting decisions like this when you worked in a municipal corporation? Asked Rihanna. So Rihanna have asked this Yasmin Khala that, do you also take part in making of this decision, and how do they decides where a park should be situated or where a park should be made? Like she was very curious and she was asking auntie. And Yasmin Khala replied, no Rihanna, I was working in the accounts office of the corporation, so I just worked on pay slips. So here this Yasmin Khala, she was working on an accounts department, okay, and she was working for especially in accounts department, also specified on a pay slip. And cities are usually quite large, so municipal corporation had to make a lots of decisions as well as has to do lot of work to keep the city clean. So now Yasmin Khala started explaining them, okay, about the decision making process. So the decisions like where a park or a new hospital should go or are usually made by the ward councillor. Okay, see the topic itself here, we are going to see about this. Here we are going to learn about two things. First is the ward councillor and second is the administrative staff. Okay, so again, who are these ward councillors? Let us see. Okay, so such decisions are being taken by whom? By ward councillors, isn't it? See, I hope you remember when we are doing with the rural administration, there this village was also been divided into ward, isn't it? And every ward they represent a member. So same thing happens here, okay, but here it is in a big level. Okay, the city is divided into different wards. Okay, the city is divided into different wards and wards councillors get elected. So these wards councillor, okay, these wards councillors, they are called councillors, okay, they got elected. And the complicated decisions that affect the entire city are taken by groups of councillor who forms committee to decide and debate issues. See, suppose this is a city, just examine, okay, and this city is been divided into various parts, okay, and all these are what? These are all wards, okay, wards, and from each ward there will be one representative who will be elected by the people, as India is a democratic country, isn't it? So here your representatives will work for the people. So for each an area in urban city, also in urban areas also, each area has been divided into wards and each wards have one councillor been elected. And when they are going to decide everything, okay, when they are going to decide about some big matters, okay, like where a park should be, where a hospital should be built or something like that, they form a groups, okay, there should be a groups of councillors. All these they will become one group, okay, and they have one committee, okay, they have one committee and they used to decide and debate whatever issues that will come up. For example, if bus stands needs to be improved or a crowded marketplace needs to have its garbage clear more regularly, or there is a nala or a drain that cuts through the city that needs cleaning, etc. It is these committee for water, garbage collection, street lighting, etc. that decides on work to be done. So as a whole, all of them they makes one committee, and these councillors, okay, these groups of councillors, they are going to decide, like if for example is given, if there is and some improvement needed in a bus stand or in a crowd in a market to have their garbage cleared more regularly, or a nala should be cleared more regularly, then they will take the decision and they assure that the work should be done properly and on a regular basis. Okay, and when the problems are within a ward, so that was for entire city, okay, entire urban area. But if the problems are within a ward, see the cities are divided into ward, isn't it? So if the problem is within the ward, then what happens? Then people who lived in the ward can contact their councillor. Then they will contact that councillor, and that councillor will assure that the works would be done or the issue will be solved that comes out within a ward, if it is of a small level. Okay. For example, if there are dangerous electrical wires hanging down, then the local councillor can help them get in touch with the electricity authority. So it will be the work of this councillor to contact the electricity department authority and call them and make the wire fix which has been hanging out. So that was in a small level, isn't it? But for big decisions, they will, as a whole, all the councillors, they have one committee, an organization or committee organization for each department, for garbage, water, electricity. So they will decides accordingly. But for a small level, the ward member, the councillor itself along will solve the problem. So while the councillors committees and the councillors decides on issues, the commissioner and the administrative staff implement this. See, they are the one who will decide, the councillors committee and the councillors, isn't it? But again, see, this topic, it is about administrative staff also, isn't it? But the implementation, they will decide, but who will gets the work done? The works will be done by the administrative staff, and this administrative staff, okay, these are appointed, okay, they are not elected, they are appointed. So the commissioner and the administrative staff are appointed, councillors are elected. So here what you need to know the difference, these administrative staffs are appointed, that means they have go through an exam, they have cleared the exam, and they have gained that very position, they are been appointed by the government, okay. They are not just appointed randomly, they have given exam, they have studied hard for that exam, and only after that, when they clear the exam, only after that they gets appointed. So, and they are the one who are going to implement the decisions, means who are going to work on the decisions taken by whom? By the councillors committees, okay, or the councillors. I hope you understood. So how are these decision made? Asked Rihanna, who never gave up on her train of thought. So again Rihanna asked, so how are these decisions made? So again she wanted to know more, okay. Well, all the ward councillors meet and they make a budget, and money is spent according to this. So Khala answered, so all of them, they used to meet, they have a meeting, okay, and they used to decide about the budget. They will be making a, see, for our country also, budget every year there used to be budget, isn't it? Decisions of budget making is there. So just like that, all these ward councillors also, they make a budget for their particular area, particular city, okay, and money is spent according to that budget. And the ward councillor try and ensures that the particular demands of their wards are placed before the entire council, and these decisions are then implemented by the administrative staff. And here, see, this ward councillor makes sure, okay, they ensure that their particular demands, the demands of their wards are being placed before the entire council, they try to fulfill, okay. Because what happens, if they don't fulfill, if they don't work for their wards, then what will happen? And the next time the people will not elect that particular person, isn't it? So in order to gain in his or her position, he will be working for the people, only then he will be getting vote, okay, and only then he will be getting vote and gets elected as a ward councillor again, otherwise he will not get. So that is why he ensures that everything is been done, every demand is been fulfilled. So these decisions are again implemented, these are been implemented, done, okay, by the administrative staff. So let us see next. He said Yasmin Khala, okay. So we will come into this box afterwards, okay, we will deal this separately, how this municipal corporation gets its money. Said Yasmin Khala. So enjoying the question that the children asked, no adults asked her about her job, and the children's questions provided her an opportunity to relive some of her experience. So here Yasmin Khala was enjoying whatever the children were asking the question, and she was thinking that no adult, no other person, no other adult person have come and have asked her about her jobs, about her job, about the work. But here these children are very curious and asking everything, and she was enjoying replying their questions also. And she was just like, as she have retired only, so she was remembering everything about her workplace. We feel good, isn't it, whenever we remember about the place where we have worked earlier. So she was feeling good here. But the city is so large, it must take a lot of people to look after it. Does the municipal corporation have a lot of workers? Again, this was been asked by Sankar curiously. See now, Sankar, who was worried about the wicket, so now he was also into this matter now. He had now luckily forgotten about the cricket match and his incomplete over. So like he was asking, so as it will take a very lots of people to maintain everything, isn't it? So this municipal corporation have lots of worker, this Sankar was asking. Yes, the work in city is divided into different departments. Again, it has been divided, isn't it? So there is the water department, the garbage department, the collection department, and a department to look after gardens, another to look after roads. I worked on accounts in the sanitation department. So there are again different various departments, isn't it, which will take care of each department. So example here she have mentioned about the water department, the garbage collection department, department who will look after the gardens, not only gardens, about the schools, hospitals, okay, whatever comes under the municipal corporation. So, and she again replied that she works on the accounts in the sanitation department, and they went on to offer the children some kebabs to eat. So now Yasmin Khala was offering the children to something to eat as they were at her place. So Jahangir ate his kebab at the top speed and he wolfed them down and asked loudly from the kitchen, Yasmin Khala, where does the garbage that the municipal corporation collects go? So now Jahangir was wondering and asking, where does this, see, they used to collect garbage from door to door from each house, isn't it? But where do they throw the garbage? So it is a very good question, isn't it? So Jahangir asked about it. So others were still eating when Yasmin Khala began to answer. This question has an interesting answer. As you know, you can usually find garbage remains uncollected. Garbage lying all over the streets. Earlier, even our neighborhood used to have garbage lying all over, and if this remains uncollected, it attracts dogs, rats, and flies. Also, people get ill from the smell. See, when Jahangir started asking about the garbage, so Yasmin Khala will now tell them a story, okay, a story about a protest in connection with garbage. And she was telling that if this garbage are been not collected, then what will happen? Like earlier they have also faced that problem. Now the children were playing cricket in the street, isn't it? And the street was very clean now. But Yasmin Khala told them that it was not like that before. Okay, it was not like that before, and garbage used to lie all over. And because of that, what happened? Foul smells comes and diseases started, isn't it? And it attracts dogs, rats, and flies. And what will happen? You will become more prone to disease because of the smell, foul smell over there. And what point becomes so bad that the children even stop playing cricket in the street because their parents were afraid that they get sick from staying on the streets too long. And what happens during that time? Now see, if the street is very dirty and all over there are flies and dogs and rats, then obviously your parents will also not allow you to go and play, isn't it? So same thing happened during that time, and now she will explain them about the protest, okay, that takes place. Okay, so before going into this protest, let us see the information given in this box, okay, regarding the money. How this, see, in order to do all this work, money is required, isn't it? In village level also, in rural administration also, we have seen that taxes has been collected from farmer, land tax, crop tax, isn't it? So now let us see in urban areas what kind of tax they are going to collect. How does municipal corporation gets its money? Providing and running so many services requires a lots of money. See, we have seen now so many facilities are being provided, isn't it? So in order to run them, we'll need lots of money as well. And the municipal corporation collects this in different ways. A tax is a sum of money that people pay to the government for the services that the government provides. People who own home have to pay property tax as well as tax for water and other service. So here, people who own home, they have to pay their property tax, as well as there is a water tax and other services tax as well. The larger the house, the more the tax. So it depends on the house, okay, and the area of the land which the house have occupied. If the house is larger, the tax will be more. And property tax, however, forms only 25 to 30% of the money that municipal corporation earns, and this is not enough, okay, this tax is not enough. So there are other taxes as well in educations and other amenities. If you own a hotel or a shop, you have to pay tax for this as well. And also next time you go to see a movie, like carefully look carefully at your ticket, because you pay tax for this as well. See, when we go to movie and other things, you will see, okay, there is tax collected for that purpose also. And why such tax are collected? So that this municipal corporation could take out the works which they have to do properly and smoothly. That is why there is an income tax, isn't it, which the government used to collect for the country. So here such a small tax is there, okay, education tax, water tax, entertainment tax, you can say, isn't it, as they have taken from your movie tickets. Thus, while rich people accounts for property taxes, as much wider population pays more general taxes. So rich people, they will be paying more property tax because they will own lots of property, and the other population will go for general tax like education, water, hotel tax, shop tax, just like that, okay, and other entertainment tax. So this is how the tax has been collected in the urban area. So now let us see about this protest, this community protest, which Yasmin Khala is going to tell the children's, okay. So because of that garbage piled up in the street, okay, the women were very unhappy about the situation and even came to me for advice. They came to Yasmin Khala. Why? Because she was working in municipal corporation. So the women came to her to take some advice. I said I could try and speak with some officers in the department, but I wasn't sure how long it will take. Then it was Gangabai who said it is the ward councillor. See, remember we have studied about the ward councillor, isn't it? So, so Gangabai told that it is the ward councillor who we should go to and protest, since we are the ones who elected him. So now Gangabai told this woman that we should go to this ward councillor of their area, isn't it, of their lane, and they should protest because we have elected him, so that he should work for our area. So see, we have to go there. So she gathered a small group of women and went to his house. They began shouting slogans in front of his house, and he came out and asked them what was wrong. So Gangabai described the situation in the locality to him. He promised to go with them with the next day to meet the commissioner. So now what happens, the ward councillor promised them, and he asked Gangabai to get a petition signed by all of the adults in the locality saying that garbage was not being collected. So he have assigned Gangabai with the work as well to sign a petition, okay, like taking everyone's signature that the garbage is not being collected in their area. And he suggests that taking the local sanitation engineer with them the next day might be a good idea. So again, he also suggested that if they take the local sanitation engineers, they will be dealing with the hygiene, isn't it, and piling of garbage in the roads is very unhygienic. So they thought that it will be a better idea if they take along with them this engineer, sanitation engineer. The sanitation engineer could also speak with the commissioner. See, commissioner means those commissioner and administrative staff who have been appointed by the government, because they are the one who will implement, isn't it, the decision or the works. So that is why they are talking about this commissioner, and tell him how bad the situation was. So now they have taken a decision, isn't it? And that evening children ran from house to house, making sure that as many as family possible signed the petition, because a large number of families will sign the petition, then it will their works will be done more quickly and properly. So that is why children were running from house to house and they were trying to get the petition signed as much as possible. The next morning, a large group of women and the ward councillor, okay, the ward councillor along with them, and the sanitation engineer went to the municipal corporation office, and the commissioner met with this large group and began giving excuses, saying that the corporation did not have enough trucks. So now this commissioner, okay, was giving excuses when all of them they went to the municipal corporation office. Okay, he was giving excuse that they don't have extra trucks to clear out the garbage, and like saying this and that. But Gangabai smartly replied, okay, that woman, but you seems to have enough truck to collect garbage from the rich localities. So she was giving an answer to this commissioner, okay, like you have enough money to you have enough you have enough trucks to get the garbage collected from the rich localities, but as our locality is not that rich, it is a middle class one, so you are not giving more emphasized in it. So that must have left him lost words and quipped Jahangir. So now Jahangir was saying, okay, this commissioner might not have anything to say much more, isn't it, like they were all he might have shut down. shut his mouth. And yes, he said he would take care of it immediately, and Gangabai threatened that if it was not done in 2 days, a large group of women would protest in front of the corporation, and they gave this commissioner an ultimatum as well. Okay, like if the work is not been done within 2 days, we will come with a more larger group. Okay, and so did the streets and get cleans, asked Rihanna, who never let things remain unfinished. So when Kala was saying about it, Yasmin Kala was talking about it, again Rihanna interrupted. Okay, so everything was been done, everything was been cleaned, but well, it was not within 2 days, and then after larger, more noisy protestation, service in this locality became more regular, and it was not done in 2 days also. Okay, and all of them were more angry, and what happens, they went into much more larger protest than before. They were more, all the women of that area, they went and they started protesting much more regularly, and only after that the garbage was been cleared. And that is why the children's now they are able to play the cricket in the street. Otherwise, if the garbage were all over, then they will not be able to play, isn't it? So wow, this sounds like a Bollywood film with a happy ending. So like they were like imagining a movie. Okay, it was just like a movie story for them, and they were saying that okay, it sounds like a Bollywood movie with a very good ending, said Mala, who already began to imagine herself in the lead role of Gangabai. So it was Gangabai, isn't it, who have gathered the courage and have done everything along with the ward councillor. So the children enjoyed hearing Gangabai's stories immensely. That sense that Gangabai was much loved and respected, and now they understood why. And they also knew that Gangabai was much loved and respected, and now they knew the reason. They got up and thanked Kala for answering their questions, and then before they left, Rihanna said, "Oh, I have one last question, Kala. The 2 dustbins that we have at home now, are they also Gangabai's idea?" So now after that, they started placing dustbin in their homes also, 2 dustbins. So now she was asking, okay, is that also Gangabai's idea? Kala began laughing. No, not really. The municipal corporation was the one who suggested that we do this to help keep her and our street cleans, and when we sort out our garbage, it reduced their works. So it was the suggestion from the municipal corporation only that we should keep 2 dustbin in front of our house, so that it will be easier for their collector to collect the dustbin more easily. And the children thanked Kala and walked back down the street together. It became quite late and they needed to get back home. So for some reason, the street seems darker than usual. See, for what reason was that? Because they have broke the light, isn't it? They have broke the street lights, and they looked up and then looked at each other, smiling, and ran right back to Kala's house. Again, they were smiling and they were looking about to one another, and they went back to Kala's house. So see, before we have completed this chapter, but there is a box again given here that we should see. Okay, and this was not been told to the children by the Kala. Okay, this is we have to see some practical reality, okay, that is going on. So what has changed since Kala retired? So Yasmin Kala did not mention to the children that in the recent time, in order to save money, the commissioners of several municipalities across the country had hired private contractors to collect and process garbage. So Kala was not telling this to children because the children will have a negative effect, isn't it? Because in the recent time, in the present situation, this commissioner, they started hiring the private contractor instead of government contractors. And why? This is called subcontracting, okay, and this process is called subcontracting. This means that the work was earlier being done by the government workers is now being done by a private company. And why? Because the contract workers get paid less and the jobs are temporary. See, because in order to save money, this commissioner, okay, they are being cunning, you can say, okay, they are being cunning, and they started this subcontracting in which they hire a private company and private workers, okay, private workers use it, which are not been appointed by the government. Otherwise, these works should be done by the government employee, isn't it? But they contact this private company. Why? In order so that they can pay them less, and the remaining amount they will keep with them, and their jobs are also temporary. The workers which collects the garbage, okay, this private company, as it is a private, their works is not permanent, they are temporary. And see, collecting garbage is also a quite dangerous job. Why? because there are some foul smell. It is they are risking their health, isn't it? And on longer terms, what happens, they are inhaling those foul smells and those garbage and all. So what happens in longer terms, they will face some serious health issues. And often these contract workers do not have any access to safety measures and are not taken care of if they are injured while working. And apart from that, they don't have any safety measures also, like proper gloves and masks are not been given to them, okay, not provided to them, and that is why they are more prone to disease. And if they are being injured while collecting this garbage, the government is not responsible for them. Why? Because they are a temporary contract worker. In case if this was been done by the government employed, which should be done by them, then the government will be responsible for it. But here, as they are private workers, the government does not take any kind of responsibilities. So this was Khala was thinking, okay, like in the recent time such thing is happening. So I hope you have enjoyed this chapter, and also we have learned about the urban administration, isn't it? We have now learned about the rural administration as well as about the urban administration, and we still have 2 chapters remaining from this book, that is about, we are going to see about the rural livelihoods in our next class, and also about the urban livelihoods. So I hope you have learned so much, gain so much of knowledge from this chapter. So this is a foundation based chapter, okay? If you will learn this properly, if you will understand this properly, and ask your parents also, okay, who is your ward councillor of your locality, and also just observe, okay, how regularly the garbage is being collected in your area. And when you start observing and you start relating with your practical life, then it will be easier for you to understand more. So with this, we have completed this chapter. And before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and also hit the bell icon so that you never missed any kind of updates, new contents that I will upload, and share with your friends and family as well. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? And thank you for watching again. See you again in my next class.